I'm a big fan of CMF's earbuds, and I think they deliver some of the best bang for the buck in the audio delivery business. But I have to admit, I'm struggling a little bit to understand what is going on with CMF's latest additions to their earbud lineup. Recently, CMF released three follow-ups to the original and already pretty great CMF Buds. The CMF Buds 2, the CMF Buds 2A, and the CMF Buds 2 Plus. And if that wasn't confusing enough, upon release, the Plus model has the exact same $69 asking price as the CMF Buds Pro 2.
That is weird.
I have full reviews of both the original CMF Buds and the Pro 2s, so if you want to check either of those out after you're done watching this review, I'll leave links to both of those videos at the end of this video and down in the description.
That's useful.
The Pro 2s are actually some of my favorite earbuds you can buy at any price point, and several months after my initial review still take up prime earbud real estate in my bedside table. So for the same $69 price point, the Buds 2 Plus have some big shoes to fill. So let's see if they measure up. And let's start with what I think is the most important feature of any pair of Bluetooth buds, the sound. And honestly, right here off the jump, I think there is a clear winner. In my original Buds Pro 2 review, I said, the dual drivers in the Buds provide nice, rich, bass-heavy sound that are a solid upgrade to the already very nice sounding original Buds Pro. The sound isn't quite as clean as you will find on some other buds like the new Galaxy Buds 3 Pro or the top-of-the-line buds from CMF's parent company, the Nothing Ears. Considering the sound on these buds is about 80% as good for less than 30% of the price of the Galaxy Buds, means these buds are going to give you a truly excellent sound for dollar ratio. And to my ears, the Plus don't sound as full, hit as hard, or get as loud as the Pros. And the difference is noticeable. It's not that the sound on the Buds 2 Plus is bad, far from it. It's just not as good as what's on the Pro 2s, at least not to my ears. And I tested them over a variety of different songs and music genres. However, all of that said, this will probably only matter to you if you use the buds to listen to music. If you mostly use your buds for listening to podcasts and audiobooks or playing games, you will probably find the sound quality to be fairly similar on both. And the sound features are also similar on both. They both have LDAC high-res audio support, although for both sets of buds when listening to a high-resolution audio source, I really couldn't tell any difference whether it was turned on or off. And this also holds true for the Ultra Bass feature. Once again, both buds have it, but also once again, toggling it off and on didn't really seem to change the bud's audio profile very much, even on its highest setting. And it's a similar story again with spatial audio. When testing the spatial audio effect on both sets of buds, there doesn't seem to be anything three-dimensional or spatial about it. However, also for both sets of buds, it does seem to clean up the sound a little by pulling a little more volume out of the high end. So because of that, I do usually keep it on. They both have the same custom EQ adjustments, and most of the EQ presets are also the same, with the exception of the direct Optio setting, which is only found on the Pros. But since I don't think this setting ever makes my music sound better, I don't really think this matters. One difference you might think is significant is the Buds 2 Plus do give you the option to set up a personal sound profile, which is a feature found on CMF's parent company's premium buds, the Nothing Ears. And for me, while setting up the profile on the ears made significant improvement to audio clarity and quality, the Plus's improvements are much more minimal. And even after setting up the profile on the 2 Plus, I still think the Pro 2s sound better.
Well, so much for that.
And in addition to sound, the Pro 2s have one other advantage as well: controls. Not on the buds themselves, but on the case. On the buds themselves, both sets of buds have the same touch controls out of the box, and the same double tap, triple tap, tap and hold, and double tap and hold customization options. And I'm also happy to report that touch sensitivity and responsiveness is also good on both. However, one of my favorite features on the Pro 2s, or any set of earbuds for that matter, are the case controls. Unlike the non-functional dial found on the Plus, the dial on the Pro's case can actually operate the buds. And I actually like using the controls on the case better than on the buds themselves. Mostly because it's much easier to control the volume with the rotating dial, and there's a single tap option that is missing from the buds controls. It's actually a really neat feature that sets the Pros apart from all other earbuds, and one I would love to see other earbud manufacturers replicate.
Agreed.
Most other features between the two sets of buds are either similar or the same. Even though the Plus are a little lighter at 4.5 grams compared to the Pro's 4.9 grams, both are comfortable and stay in my ears. Both have solid, better than what you would expect for the price, active noise cancellation, and both do a nice job of blocking out most white and background noise. And even though on paper the Pluses do offer up a little more noise canceling range, I personally couldn't tell any difference between them. Transparency mode is also solid and similar on both sets of buds, and while the sound they let through isn't crystal clear, it does allow you to hear what is going on around you without needing to take the buds out of your ears, which is kind of the point. Both buds have the same IP55 rating, and ear protection, dual connection multi-point pairing. They both have ChatGPT integration when paired to a CMF or Nothing phone. They both have the same Find My Earbuds feature that lets you blast sound through the buds on command. They both have the same better than nothing but not great low lag mode for gaming. They both seem to have similar call and mic quality. However, if you think one of the buds sounds noticeably better than the other, feel free to share that thought down in the comments. They both have an ear tip fit test, although as I noted in my Pro 2 review, no matter what tips I use, the Pros always seem to find the fit to be questionable, which is a problem I don't seem to have with the Plus, and neither has wireless charging. So besides being slightly lighter and having a slightly less fiddly fit test, do the Pluses have any real advantages over the Pros?
1.
Battery life. In my testing, I have noticed the Pluses can go a little bit longer between charges than the Pros. According to CMF, the Buds 2 Plus will give you 14 hours of playback with ANC off compared to 11 hours on the Pros. And with the case, the Plus can get you over 61 hours, with the Pro 2s clocking in at 43 hours. While on paper this is actually a pretty big difference, I don't think it's really going to matter because I think the Pro's battery life is going to be good enough for most people.
Good point.
Finally, let's circle back around to price. As of the recording of this video, the CMF Buds 2 Plus can be picked up in light gray and blue on both CMF's website and the Zon for $69. The Pro 2s are actually on sale right now and can be picked up in light gray, blue, and orange on the Zon for $59. And they are even cheaper on CMF's site right now, costing just $54. But at the end of the day, even if both pairs of buds are running the same price, I would still choose the Pro 2s. It's not that the Buds 2 Plus are bad, and if the Pro 2s didn't exist, I would probably recommend them without hesitation. But the Pro 2s do exist, and most of the important features like active noise cancellation, transparency modes, IP rating, and dual connection multi-point pairing are the same on both. And despite a minor weight difference in favor of the Plus, both are comfortable to wear. But the Pro 2s sound better and have the surprisingly useful case controls. So unless the extra hours of battery life you get with the Buds 2 Plus is really important to you, I don't see much reason why you would go with them over the Pros. Well, those are all the thoughts I have for one day, but it would be great to hear what you guys think about these buds down in the comments. That way we can all continue to learn from each other and make more informed buying decisions. As always, I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching, and until next time, this is Rando Tech Info, signing out.